Syndicate Empire Radio. Got this interview, little branch off from an interview that I did with KRDO, and I had a couple minutes. I'm normally late, so I thought, hey, why not take a couple minutes and make myself late? Ooh. This is gonna be a good show. I hope y'all tune in. All right, looks like we're all wired up, mic'd up. I was gonna do this in there, but it seemed like I was a little too close to being on time, so decided to do it out here on the side. Do the use. I gotta go to the bathroom, and knock this interview out. So when I came to Syndicate Empire, I was higher quality news, and I had tried, kind of a image change, brand change within that, and had zero traction. And because I started it off as like higher quality news, coming off of Wake and Bake America as, still the stoner, just talking about news, and maybe not as respectful as I wanted to set a standard. And
so
I wasn't.
What do you mean respectful? Like, were you cussing out politicians, things like that, or?
Oh fuck yeah! Oh yeah, yeah. We burnt politicians. Higher quality news. All it was news. There was no, with the 7 with Scotty, we have a bunch of really cool interviews. With local talent here.
You keep rescheduling on my ass.
Yeah, and I could have ran you last week. But the problem is, as some of the listeners might have already noticed, our collection just didn't look right, or doesn't look right, because one of the things that I pride myself on is consistency and being where I say I'm going to be at times, maybe around the times that that I'm supposed to be. So, and that once again is going back to setting that standard. And I do believe that there needs to be a standard set in even media. Even media, the standard needs to be changed. So
from the hatred and sad news to something better.
right, and quick gaslighting us and clickbaiting us. I get it all the time, because we are right here in the Citadel Mall, and people are like, "Oh man, you go down to the ghetto?
This place ain't the ghetto."
This is not the ghetto. Listen, I grew up here. I've been to other places. This is not the ghetto. And so one of the things that I, kind of pride myself on is checking the media, because they'll be like, "Oh yeah, there's a shooting at the Citadel Mall,"
Would it be a neighborhood like 2 blocks down or something like that? Not even at the mall.
Man, I think the last one that they did, it was like 5 blocks away from here, and I'm like, it was down by Safeway, and so I'm thinking to myself, why say the Citadel Mall when you're sitting right next to Safeway,
where people take their families?
People know where that Safeway is. They know. The Citadel Mall, I get it. It's a mall. You're trying to, give people an idea of where it happened. Well, Safeway would have been a way better idea of where the last one happened. But yeah, it's things like that. So, and I've been part of the media for the last almost 5 years. And the heat that we get is crazy. but I do understand it at the same time, and that's why I'm trying to set that standard, or create that standard that if you can't be what you want, or what, how does that go? You gotta
You gotta be
create the
yourself.
change that you want to see. So
Be the change you want to see in
be
the world.
the change you want to see in the world. There you go. So, and that's a good reason as to why there is the 7 with Scotty, which is all local. It's not only does it go over a little bit of news, you might get a little section of weather. If we got weather coming, you might be updated on that as well. But it keeps you grounded to what the 7 or Colorado Springs or Southern Colorado is all about, what's going on. Keeps the local vibe going, because particularly for my genre of music, there's no more local feel here in Colorado Springs.
So you're playing like on your genre, you're playing like local artists for your music?
Oh yeah. Local artists can get on there.
How do you determine who to put on? Because there's a lot of artists out there, and I'm sorry, there's some that are not good
horrible
at all.
Right? Right. Well, fortunately, most of the time, the ones that are horrible at it kind of weed themselves out, because once again, I set a standard and they cannot meet that standard. So I would say just by having a standard, it weeds those people out. But that could be from not being mastered, to just not sounding good to me.
I hate especially the cover bands that are like, oh, we're going to cover Journey. I'm like, dude, you don't sound anything like Journey. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Fortunately for us right here, if we want to play Journey, we're going to play Journey. We don't need you to cover it.
Right? We're going to write your own music.
Right.
Well, Scotty's got some big news. I actually just sent you the text and sent all the things to Rocky. He does 93.1 FM, The Green in Boulder, and they're a pirate station, so they're looking for shows. So I've connected Scotty with him to get his show on there, especially for the artists, because they can play music.
Right.
So I figured it'd be an easy way to branch some of these artists out here in Colorado too. So
and that's what it's about too, making the connections, creating a platform for these artists to be able to get more ears on what they're doing. Because some of these artists are amazing. Like there's this kid, and he keeps, part of his problem is he keeps changing his name. But
you gotta stick with something.
He's so young that it's okay. You know what I mean? Like now's the time to figure it out. But this kid is so talented, and it's just unbelievable how, I think I seen him his second time on stage performing, and it was amazing. I couldn't believe it. Like, I'm like, how do you have the presence, the the know-how, to do certain things. But yeah, we'll definitely be seeing him. I've had him on the show, and we'll have him on the show a lot more. And for anybody else that may be listening and wants to get on the show, that first interview is always free for local artists, always free for local small businesses.
Other like second interviews and stuff like that, or do you not have repeat guests on your show?
Honestly, it depends. If the timing is right, if Boss Bray, for instance, who is a local rapper, he uses a lot of AI for his videos and stuff like that. But he has been on multiple shows. One time I had one of his artists, because he also has a record label. So one time I had one of his artists scheduled, and he knew they weren't going to show up. Or they didn't know they weren't going to show up, but he figured he had a good inclination that this person was not going to show up. So he showed up. And I'm, of course, fill the slot. Let's find something to talk about. You got something relevant to talk about. And for me with him, we have different kind of world ideas, political ideas, and stuff like that. So it's interesting to have somebody that has a different state of mind, sitting across from me or even next to me. Shit. But I prefer next to, right? Because there's no reason to be divided. We don't need to sit between a table. We don't even need to have a round table discussion. Let's just do what's right. But and good guy, good stand-up guy, all that, right? But yeah, he's snuck in a couple times. I have had people pay to be on the show. There is a pay to play as well.
You got to make that money.
Yeah, which is if you do have a song that's garbage or nobody's heard of you, I had a guy just show up in the middle of my show. Hey, here's $20, play my song. Play this song.
$20.
You got one of them shirts, don't you?
I don't need the shirt. I got the mouth for it.
I knew I'll set myself up for something there. But, and I appreciate it. I kept it on.
So it was a shocker to you, like, since you didn't know him or anything.
Yeah, I've never had anybody pop up like that in the station. Not pay me. They might be looking for payment, but not.
Or they'll have, like, I'll run into some business owners who are like, you charge for that? You charge for your shit, don't you?
Right. Now, the thing is especially when we're connected with Syndicate, and KRDO being huge, BRAD being with this small business showcase over there at KRDO, and those things hold weight. That's places and people that we know that you don't. So you got to pay for that.
Yeah, my sponsor Alex, the Super Moving Brothers, he is having a grand opening this Sunday, the 21st, and he's got mobile bartender just because he was on the day of the show and at the mobile bartending. So it's all about connections and everything.
All about it. See, you don't even know. You could be paying for an interview that gets you connected with, say, for instance,
this morning with the live
furnace replacement. You happen to be on an interview with somebody that owns a bunch of properties and rents them out. Hey, go change these filters. Man, you just made probably a couple $100. Easy money.
Yep. Or this morning on a live for the radio show, Scotty's like, oh, he's got a massage therapist on and asking questions, and we got him answered. But pricing, when we don't really try to talk too much about pricing. I know the photographer mentioned his pricing, but try to leave pricing off so it's not you're sitting there trying to sell. Like, I want it to be as authentic as possible.
Oh, okay, yeah. And it's hard to tell through text or messaging. But I was trying to get that information relayed, so it'd be on the air a little bit more, and then as well typed it out in the live. So if somebody comes through there and they're like, "Oh shit, she said that fast," they would right after see me pop up with the address.
Right.
So hopefully that helps her out. Hopefully she gets a little bit more business than me. I wouldn't say I'm
3 of the guests on the show today. All the only reason they heard about the show is because they heard it and then reached out to me on the show. So we're finally starting to hit that shit.
Yes, sir.
I was at a 7-Eleven a couple weeks ago and I was getting a Swisher Sweet because I was going to have a safety meeting like how you're rolling yours right now. And the chick goes, well, what are you going to get me? I said, when you off? She goes, here soon. I said, I got the Swisher Sweets. I'm going to be rolling it up. We'll have a little party. She goes, you don't look like a partier. I said, you got a party to be on the radio. I said, check out Saturdays, 10 a.m. on KRDO. I said, you'll hear me on there. She stops and goes, that's you? I said, yes, ma'am. I'm B-Rad with the Small Business Showcase. She's like, I didn't think someone my age was running something like that. So
yeah, I mean, there's never a time, our age or whatever, the people that talk that mess are probably on the opposite end of wherever you're at. So don't fucking listen.
no, I just think it was cool on it. Like, and that's the thing that sucks about being an entrepreneur. If you don't already have your person, it's hard to find your person because we need people to be able to step up like we do.
Right.
We can't have someone dragging us down.
Right. That is tough. But the ones that do, I kind of know her that there's, a reason for them to stick around.
Shout out to your wife who owns her own business too, right?
Yeah, Rebel Hair Art. You can go check them out on Instagram and get booked at Studio One Salon. Man, we got somebody for everything.
So how come you've not let her color your beard or anything? At least as long as I've known you, you've never colored it.
We've talked about it. I can't really decide on what color to do it.
What are some of the options you've thought about?
Well, the obvious red. Maybe green of some sort. It's crazy the way that, because, you think green, ooh, ugly, green, right? But it's crazy what this lady can do with these colors and the vivid colors she can make with, her own formulas. Like she literally has, she's like a chemist back in the back with and she knows, oh, this is going to take this and this and this, and we mix them together, boom, put it on the hair, and then some fucking magical some shit happens, and fuck, some beautiful stuff.
You can do something like that where I had purple and green hair,
looking like Joker. Is that what you were going for?
Yep.
Was that around Halloween?
No, I just finally did it as a fuck you because I was told that I wouldn't be successful with my hair color, and I started with green for Joker.
That's funny.
But the thing is, I like hot showers. I can't stand cold ones.
Yes.
So that's why my hair turned like a light blue.
You just can't wash your hair. You can still take that hot shower. You just can't wash your hair.
But
my hair is greasy. Washing your hair every time, anyways. Did you know that?
Well, yeah.
That grease that you're washing off is actually very beneficial for your hair. I mean, it's the reason that your body is secreting it onto the hair is because it's good for it.
My friend talked
now,
about
it may not look great.
Don't.
But
especially when you're going bald like me.
But that's why we got the hats, man.
Yep.
I swear this hat knocks a good 5 to 8 years off of me, man. Once I tip it up like this and you see the little wrinkles in the forehead.
Well, that's what happens when you're 45.
I ain't no 45. Stop it.
Yeah, you are. You're older than me.
I don't know who lied to you.
He's actually not. I'm the older one. I already admitted earlier that in 6 months I'll be 37.
Come on, man.
So your first song that you chose was J. Cole, apparently. Why did you choose that song?
So this one, I believe, kind of, has always grounded me into staying humble. Because in the song, he talks about, not being worthy, and being thankful for the way he was brought up, looking back, and it might have seemed hard going through it, but all of that was for a reason, so it really, like I said, keeps me grounded, keeps me humble. And, J. Cole is just one of the best lyricists there is. So
I've never heard of him, so this is going to be the first time hearing from this him or the song.
Oh, yeah.
Enjoy. And then you do what? Your safety meeting in between the songs?
Yeah. You want to go smoke?
Sure, we got about 4 minutes.